We start off with a little recitation of the Quran. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الذين قالوا ربنا الله ثم استقاموا تتنزل عليهم الملائكة ألا تخافوا ولا تحزنوا وأبشروا بالجنة التي كنتم توعدون نحن أولياؤكم في الحياة الدنيا وفي الآخرة ولكم فيها ما تشتهي أنفسكم ولكم فيها ما تدعون نزلا من غفور رحيم ومن أحسن قولا ممن دعا إلى الله وعمل صالحا وقال إنني من المسلمين ولا تستوي الحسنة ولا السيئة ادفع بالتي هي أحسن فإذا الذي بينك وبينه عداوة كأنه ولي حميم فإذا الذي بينك وبينه عداوة كأنه ولي حميم وما يلقاها إلا الذين صبروا وما يلقاها إلا ذو حظ عظيم وإما ينزغنك من الشيطان نزغ فاستعذ بالله إنه هو السميع العليم بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. We praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We thank Him upon all conditions. We send blessings and salutations upon Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless him and to bless his entire household and to bless every single one of us, to grant us goodness in this world and the next. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us entry into Jannah through His mercy. My beloved brothers and sisters, it is indeed a pleasure and an honor to be speaking to you this evening once again and to be in this beautiful country, the island here of Trinidad, mashallah, and at the same time to be given this opportunity by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to speak about something extremely important. It is very, very important for us to know that the religion we follow, Islam, is a way of life. It does not have rules and regulations only connected to one aspect of living, but in fact, it includes every aspect of living. And if we were to live according to Islam, we would actually be very happy people. Many people today are depressed because they earn through the week and they spend that money in the weekend on clubbing, perhaps at a nightclub. Sometimes they waste it on something that would result in the depletion of their money the same weekend or the end of the month, depending on when they get paid. And then they are depressed once again because they need to start from scratch. They start earning again and they waste that money once again. And this life becomes so depressing because they are getting nowhere. They are getting absolutely nowhere. We are so upset with this life. It's all about a show. I must show the rest of the world exactly what I don't have. I must pretend that I am someone that I am not. I need to show the world, and that's what would make me temporarily happy. Whereas as Muslimin, you are taught to be yourself. Those who love you based on what you look like exactly, without having made yourself up in a way that you don't look like what you're supposed to be looking like, then it's unfortunate. It's actually something really sad when a person gets to that level. But those who love you for who you are without changing yourself are the genuine people. They are the ones who will bring a true smile to your face. A person who can tell you that he or she loves you as you are, when you wake up first thing in the morning, they really love you. Subhanallah. But for those who look at you when you're perhaps at a shopping mall or on the streets and you're all made up, and that's what they like, it's the makeup they like. I'm so sorry to be speaking about makeup the second time today. Like I said, I'm not saying it's haram, but the obsession. People become so obsessed with some of these things that they forget to focus upon the reality of life. The day they don't have that, they become depressed. They wouldn't even like to answer the door. So when it comes to Islam, it teaches us to be who we are. Your identity, you're supposed to be a person, what you see is what you get. Subhanallah. When I pray, I must pray with my heart. That heart needs to be cleansed. A lot of people pray, but their heart is not cleansed. It means there is something wrong with this prayer of yours. There is definitely something wrong with the prayer. The reason is, if you prayed correctly to Allah, it would clean your heart, it would soften your heart. You would learn to love the rest of the creatures of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, starting with mankind. So if you are compassionate to other human beings, it means your prayer is in order. But if you're not, there is something wrong with your prayer. He or she who is linked to his maker, definitely a better person. He or she who is linked to his maker is definitely a better person to the rest of the creatures of the same maker. Remember that. So when we become horrible to those whom we live with, there is something wrong with our link with Allah, with our link with our own maker. When we are horrible to our parents, to our children, to our brothers and sisters, to our uncles and aunts, to our in-laws, to our relatives, when we are not patient with them, when we are not tolerant of their different ways and habits sometimes, it could mean we have a problem with ourselves. And this is why, my brothers and sisters, life is a struggle to become a better person. No matter who you are, no matter what level of spirituality you think you are upon, you will never be upon perfection. So keep on working, keep on trying harder. Keep on perfecting your relationship with the rest of mankind. Sometimes people come to me complaining about their children. You know, my son, he's disobedient. But to be honest with you, sometimes it's the parents who don't treat their children correctly. Sometimes it's you, my beloved father, who is the problem. It's not your son. Sometimes it's you, my beloved mother, who is the problem. It's not your son or your daughter. So as much as we say, be obedient or be kind to your parents, we have to tell the parents to be merciful to their children, to understand what their children want and what Allah wants, and how to strike a balance between the two. If we all had perfect children from the beginning, what was the point of us being in their lives? We have to help them. We have to help them grow up, understand things, looking at things from a certain angle, certain perspective, being able to get along with other people, understanding that not everything you want you're going to get. But the problem with the parents is that at times we don't understand that this is actually a child who belongs first to Allah. And then Allah has given me the chance to say that the child temporarily belongs to me too. Ultimately, our children belong to Allah. He made them in the first place. He gave them to us. May Allah bless those without children with children. May Allah bless those who don't have children with children. Say Ameen. MashaAllah. But at the same time, those who do have children, those children are Allah's. They belong to Allah. You have them for a moment, for a short period of time. If He wants, He can take them away before you. Or He can take them away in infancy, childhood, teenage, or a little bit later. That is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And it's His decision. It goes to show that He is the owner. He is the one who owns you and I. He decides when I'm going to return to